Alright guys, we got Planeswalkers in the game now, so I was looking to, since the game dropped, to build a control deck using the Planeswalker as a win condition. I think Nisavast would see her. It's probably one of the best control win conditions in the pool right now. So, she's a 3-mana 2/2, she fetches a forest, and then when you play that forest, if it's your 7th or higher land, she flips over immediately to Nissa Sage Animist. So her +1 draws you, or well, it reveals the top card of your library. If it's a land, just goes straight into play. Otherwise, you put it in your hand, so it basically draws you a card or puts a land in play, which is excellent. Her -2 puts down a 4/4, so she does protect herself, although I probably won't be using that ability too much with her. And then her -7 untap 6 lands, makes some 6/6 elementals, and they're still lands, so they can they can attack the turn that you activate this ability. So pretty much does 30 damage and wins the game on the spot. So yeah, she flips very easily. Her +1 is great, and her -7 wins the game, so that's exactly what a control deck wants. And in this pool, the other color for control is obviously black, so we're going to build a green-black deck. So let me just take you through the choices I've got in this deck. I'm playing 1 copy of Bone Splinters. The deck has 20 creatures in it. Most of them are here just to either have an enter the battlefield or when they die effect, so they're utility creatures. So we don't mind, once we've cast them and gotten the effect, to just sacrifice them and kill anything. I mean, the sacrifice cost is a bit of a drawback because I am playing Evolutionary Leap in the deck, and that's one of the that's really the core engine of the deck. I would rather sacrifice creatures to that, but sometimes you just got to kill something, and this says destroy target creature on it. All my other spells have some type of restriction on what they can hit, so we're going to play 1 Splinters just because. We're going to play all 4 Perilous Mirror. I think everybody at this point knows that this card in any control or mid-range deck is going to be, I won't say an auto-include, but it's going to be very, very high up on the list of cards that you want to play, because it just shuts down some early aggression. So and it's a great sacrifice fodder to either the Bone Splinters, Evolutionary Leap, and whatnot. So it's pretty tough not to play this guy. Going to play the Gatecreeper Vines. We do not want to miss our land drops with this deck, and we don't have a whole bunch of draw card. We have a little bit. We do have the Evolutionary Leap, but I mean, really, we just want to hit our drops. Put a little guy in the way. This guy doesn't block very much in the format. Very little with 1 power. So he is going to die, but we're here just to get the land, get the card out of our deck, and keep moving on. So that's why he's here. All 4 Elvish Visionaries. These guys draw a card, and they have the same function as the Gatecreeper Vines. You just bring them in, they have their effect, and then you sacrifice them later on, either to draw a card through Leap, or to kill something with Splinters, or whatnot. So Shadows of the Past. Second one is not a completely dead draw, but it's pretty close. But it's a core card in this deck since we have very few win conditions, so the Scry really helps. And we like to get this into play as early as we can. And also, that ability, it's expensive and slow, but this deck, I have won games with that ability in this deck. Plus, something, I guess sometimes a little bit of incremental life gain can get you out of a jam. We're playing 20 creatures, that's always going to be on from an early point in the game. Once we have 5 mana, it's pretty much, guaranteed to be on. So we're going to play both copies. We can scry away the other copy, we can discard it since we're playing Liliana, we can drop it in the yard through Bitter Revelation. I mean, if the first one gets blown up, we can replay the second one. So I don't think it's that terrible since it is a core card in the deck. And the same thing, all those same things go for Evolutionary Leap. This is the core card in the deck. So I mean, you just sacrifice a creature, and then you get to draw a creature card. And you combine this with Shadows of the Past. It gives you a chance to look and see if that particular creature card is the one you want to draw. So when you activate this ability, you scry. If it's a non-creature card, there's nothing you can do. But if it is a creature card, you can actually put it on the bottom if it's not a particular creature that you'd like to draw right now. You want to try for something else. Maybe you see a Gatecreeper and that's not what you want. You can bottom it and maybe pick up a Nissa. And the whole reason, our Planeswalkers are actually creatures in our deck. They're not Planeswalkers till they flip, so Evo Leap will find our win conditions for us. So we've got to run 2 copies of that, and like I said, we've got lots of fodder down here lower on the curve to sacrifice to it. So, Shadows and Leap combined on the battlefield is pretty strong. I really like it. So we're going to play both copies of each. Reef Soul, not much to say here. This kills a large percentage of creatures in the format for just 2 mana. So, we're going to play that. Lily is our other Planeswalker. She comes in as a 2/3 lifelink. And we have lots of ways to sacrifice creatures and flip her as soon as she enters the battlefield. So she's really, really good here. She brings a zombie along with her after she flips, which gives us some more fodder for Evolutionary Leap to draw us a card. And here's her Planeswalker side, +2, each player discards a card. We generally have a lot of cards in hand with this deck. We don't mind discarding stuff. We have ways to get it back, with her -X. We have Cruel Revival to get some zombies back out of the graveyard. We got Gravedigger to dig up creatures. Her minus X is really good in this deck. That's probably what we're going to be using more so than building towards the ultimate. Because, I mean, by the time we've got to her ultimate, generally have the game pretty much under control. Same goes for Nissa, but her minus doesn't really win the game in the same dramatic fashion that her ultimate does, so we're going to shoot for that. But her ultimate is obviously, something that you can do if you want to. Once you got control of the game, usually, you've got the game won long before you've won it with this deck. Either you lose or you win, and, once you've won, it takes like 10 more minutes to actually win the game. But, it's a control deck. That's the way it plays. Going to play all 3 copies of Flesh Bag. It's just an edict. So you sacrifice a dude, they sacrifice a dude. You're usually going to sacrifice this guy. Even if you have your Visionaries, Gate Creeper Vines, and Mirrors in play. In some other decks, I probably would, maybe sacrifice a Gate Creeper Vine or something. But there's not that many zombies in this deck. And if you've got a Cruel Revival in hand, you probably want to sacrifice this guy so you get maximum value out of your Cruel Revival. You can get this guy back in your hand. So don't make the mistake that I did when I was testing this and automatically sacrifice some of the other dudes. Sometimes it's right to sacrifice himself and get him back. Either that or through Liliana or something like that. And Nissa, we already talked about her. She's amazing. Reclamation Sage, we need an answer to non-land permanents. So artifacts and enchantments are something that we can blow up here. Only going to play 1, but we're playing Evolutionary Leap, so we're going to be cycling through our creature cards, cycling through our deck. We're going to have a good chance to find it. And I've also got Woodland Bellower at the top to fetch it out if need be. So, this guy's pretty good to blow something up, and then we can bring it back with Gravedigger, we can bring it back with Liliana's minus ability, and we can use it multiple times. And then after it's had its enter the battlefield effect, just like all the other creatures in the deck, we sacrifice it and keep on cycling. So it's a nice utility card, nice toolbox card. Same goes for Gravedigger. 1 copy of this, just like 1 copy of the other one. It brings a creature back from our graveyard to our hand. We're going to be sacrificing stuff, putting stuff in there. It's also a zombie for Cruel Revival for us to get back and reuse. And with the Evolutionary Leap, we're going to be seeing a lot of our deck and a lot of our creatures. So again, a nice little toolbox utility card that works really well with what the deck wants to do. Languish, that's for those decks that go wide. You just blow them up. If you've got enough mana, you can sack your board to Evolutionary Leap and refill your hand before you Languish. So it's really good. Playing 3 copies of Bitter Revelation. I think this is better than Read the Bones in this deck because this always goes 4 cards deep and you pick whatever 2 you want. It's 4 mana, but if you look at our mana curve, there's no reason for us to ditch the 4 mana spells for 3s. We're playing a lot of 2s and barely anything over the 4 mana. So that's why we're going to play Bitter Revelation here. And, we're also playing these enchantments here, the Evolutionary Leap and Shadows of the Past. So for finding those, Bitter Revelation, like I said, it automatically goes 4 cards deep so that we can find them with a little bit more reliability. And we don't mind the life loss too much. We've only got 3 copies, and we've got Shadows of the Past, which we can activate to recoup that life. So, and I mentioned this card a couple times. It's destroy target non-zombie creature. The zombie restriction doesn't come up too much. If your opponent has an Nantuko Husk, you might be pretty sad because that deck is pretty. The decks to play those. That card is pretty scary. And we can't kill it with this. We can't really kill it with Reef Soul if they have something they can sack. Bone Splinters is one of our only outs to it. And Flesh Bag if it's left alone, but I mean the same goes for Reef Soul if it's left alone. So I mean Nantuko Husk is a bit of a problem for this deck. But Cruel Revival, just since we're playing the Gravedigger and 3 Flesh Bags, I think it's better than playing the other 5 mana cards that hit any other spell because it's just too much upside. We might lose to a Scattered Zombie, and maybe if the pool gets bigger down the road and we get some scary zombies in Battle for Zendikar or beyond, this card becomes outdated. But for now, it's really good. And at the top, playing Woodland Bellower. This isn't a win condition. I mean, it's a 6 mana big body. But really, it's the second copy of Reclamation Sage. That's all it is. So we get to play 2 Reclamation Sages without actually having to play 2 Reclamation Sages. And this guy, I mean, if we've spent our Sage already and Sage is not in the deck, then it actually does something else. It can go get us a Visionary, draw us a card, we can sack the Visionary, draw another card. That's kind of how this deck works. And he is a 6/5. He's a big boy. He lives through Languish. So some games you're just gonna stick this guy. Your opponent's gonna have an empty board, and you're just gonna bash him in the face for a couple of turns in a row and kill him with this thing. So, but that's not what he's meant to be. It's just a nice little bit of upside on him. We just want to put a big guy on the ground, get an ETB, sack the dude he brings along, draw another card, keep cycling through the deck, and have a little bit of easier access to Reclamation Sage if it's a game that we need to find it. So mana base here, pretty even split. between these guys, playing all the dual lands that we can. Playing one Foundry in the consoles. Don't see any reason why I shouldn't play one of these cards in a 2-color deck. Could probably even play 2. You know, we're not going to play Rogue's Passage here. We're not trying to look to win through combat usually. I mean, Nissa wins through combat, but I mean, her ultimate goes off, bam, you win the game. It's not like we need to make them unblockable or anything. So we don't need that, but having a couple of little flyers can poke away at opposing Planeswalkers. We don't have any answers to flipped Planeswalkers in this deck other than combat, and this deck really is not that great at conducting combat. So a couple of flyers can help, you know, at least keep your opposing Planeswalkers in check. You might not be able to kill them, but you'll at least be able to tick them down 2 loyalty every single turn and keep them under control at least. And also, I mean, it's 2 free creatures that you can sack to Evolutionary Leap and draw a pair of cards out of your deck. So I don't think there's any reason not to play it, and it might even be correct to play 2. Excuse me. So that's the deck. I really like it. Played about 10 games with it so far today. It was really felt good. So yeah, let's take it out in the lobbies and see how it performs. So you know, this is my first video in a couple of days. 2 days ago, I had every intention of coming down here and doing a game, but my little girl wouldn't go to bed, and at 9 o'clock I was forced to lie down with her, and never made it out of the room until like 5:30 the next morning. So that's what happened on Wednesday night. Last night, you know, and yesterday all together, I was pretty busy. I was playing with Mega Beast all morning. Then 11 o'clock hit, and you know, I got kicked out of the basement because my wife works down here and kids went to bed. And I just had a lot of shit on the go, and I never got a chance to get down here and do anything after that. We were pretty busy. So here we are today. I'm off work today, just like it was yesterday, but I've got some free time here, probably 4 to 5 hours here with really nothing to do since I did it all yesterday. I'm going to record a couple of episodes so that way, you know, when this happens again and I get busy, then I'll have a roster of stuff that I can just put up. And hopefully I can get out in front. It was unlike D15 where I just couldn't stomach putting out a second episode because it took me an hour to find a goddamn lobby. Here it's not that bad. It's not as fast as it was on the 360, but it's still pretty quick. So what are we playing against? We're playing against rank 15, DU Chris, Lizard Lady, in a water-filled background. And we're looking at a 2-mana hand, but we have a Gate Creeper, so we can go get a 3rd land. We have Bone Splinters and Fleshbag to kill something, get our 4th land, and start digging. So it looks pretty good. We also have a Languish if he's playing a creature-based deck. So he starts with an island. And we're looking at a Foundry of the console, so we do have our 4th land. So we'll just put the forest down. We won't show him black just yet. He's playing blue, not sure what he's playing along with it. Is he playing 60? Looks like it. Alright, he's got Jace. So he's probably some kind of control deck, but we'll see. He's putting him down pretty early. So I'm probably just going to flesh bag it on the 3rd turn and get rid of it before he flips it. Here, I'm just going to go get my 2nd black mana off the Gate Creeper so that we've got Languish up. And after that, I'm going to fix for green because we like to have Evolutionary Leap mana. So let's go find a forest here. Get that. Jace isn't going to be attacking us anyway. And we won't show this Foundry. No need to. Not until we can activate it or unless we're going to miss a land drop or something. So he's just going to go and do that right now and cycle. See what he throws away. Throws away a Reclusive Artificer, and he's got a Perilous Mirror. So he's playing red in his deck, and we don't see any red mana yet. That's obviously what he was digging for and why he main phased that. So he's got the mirror, which is fine. We found our Evolutionary Leap. So let's just put down the force and see what we want to do here. I mean, we want to get rid of Jace. We really do. We would like to have Evolutionary Leap on the battlefield so that we can activate all that fun stuff. And we do have our 4th land for Bitter Revelation. So Fleshbag's not going to get at Jace, but perhaps I just get rid of them. I'm going to Visionary here, actually. Do I Visionary? No, I'm not under a threat, so I'm going to get the Leap out there. He may be playing counterspells. I doubt it, but you never know. So let's get Evo Leap. Let's leave the mana up for it. And let's pass the turn. Let's see what Vryn's Prodigy is going to throw at us this time. If he taps right away, he probably didn't draw the red mana. Yeah, he's searching for red mana. He's playing an artifact deck, so I think the Languish is going to be pretty good. There goes Aeronaut Tinkerer, I think that was, or was that Aspiring Aeronaut? He's got another mirror. So I'm going to take a bit of face damage. Aspiring Aeronaut, no, not a big fan of that card myself. And step, ooh. Don't really think I need this Gate Creeper Vine right now. So Let's just draw a card off of it. Again, we're not getting aggro. There's another Gate Creeper. So that'll get us another land. I actually think I told myself to go get a swamp earlier and I picked a forest. I don't know how the fuck that happened. But we're going to go right now and get that swamp. And we'll put it into play. And I think I'll just play a Visionary. And draw a card. So I think we're setting up for Languish. We're not getting pressured here. I'll just slowly sacrifice my board and then blow up his. And we'll go from there. So again, he's digging. Got to kill him pretty soon. How many cards does he have in his graveyard now? I think it might be 3. Throwing away Disperse. He's playing red mana now. Okay, let's check his graveyard. Can't see that number because the timer's there. 3 cards there. So now he's got the Bonded Construct. And is he going to attack? I don't have any mana open. He's not attacking, so... Picked up a Woodland Cemetery. Just planning to Languish here. So I'm going to throw the Visionary at him. See if he decides to block with a mirror, maybe, and point it at my Gate Creeper or something. I'd like to save my face from some of that burn. He doesn't block, he just takes it. So let's sacrifice the elf. Doesn't really matter, we'll draw a card. It is a Fleshbag Marauder. And then let's get rid of that Jace. We're going to take 4 to the face here, but... I mean, he could have had a calculated dismissal there, but I'm not putting the artifact deck on counterspells. So yeah, we take 4 to the face. He's down to 3 cards. We got full hand. We got some flesh bags. So Bone Splinters is no good right now. This flesh bag is not going to stick around on the board. Let's see what he does. He plays Reclusive Artificer, so that thing has haste, but it's not going to do any damage to me. I personally think that card's pretty terrible. But anyway, he's going to swing at us for 2. And we're not going to show him the Foundry until we absolutely have to. There's no reason to. So let's get another green source into play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cast the Flesh Bag, but I'm going to use 2 black. I'm going to cast the Flesh Bag, and then when its trigger is on the stack, since I don't have any other creatures, so it triggers on the stack, we're going to sack it to draw a card. And then when its ability resolves, we don't have any other creatures, so it doesn't hurt us in any way. We pick up a Reclamation Sage, that's going to be good. And he still has to sacrifice his Artificer. And we'll just grab another land. We got 3 forests in play, 2 swamps, 3, so I'll get a forest here with this one. And pass it on over. So we got lots of mana in our hand here. We're digging for our win conditions. It's a grindy deck. It really is a grindy deck. Don't expect to sit down in a lobby for any less than 15 minutes with it. I'll probably only play 1 game, honestly. End step, is there anything I can do? There is not. So all our mana's tapped. So he's got 5 mana up now. There's Beast. So let's look at what our options are. He could be playing counterspells. I mean, he really and truly could be playing counterspells, but I think we're going to cast Bit of Revelation and go on a bit of a hunt here. See, he could counter it, whatever. See what we want. Wow. I mean, we'll take the Visionary. We'll take the Swamp. Well, at least we're 4 cards deeper. And let's just draw a random card. We're going to have to discard here, but we got plenty of land. Yeah, we'll just throw away the gate since we don't need a tap land right now. See you later, gate. So he didn't have anything, so now he's got 4 cards in his hand. He plays the Sulphur Falls. Now he's got 6 mana. End step. Let's sack the Vine, since it's not going to attack, and we'll get a card out of it. It is a Perilous Mirror. So we're swimming in cards here. It's another Guild Gate. How much mana do I want to spend this turn? Well, probably going to Visionary. There's not really a whole lot that I want to do. I don't want to cast Bone Splinters, don't want to cast Reclamation Stage or that, so I'm probably just going to Visionary. See what we pick up. It's another land, so I mean let's just slam a Guild Gate down. Swing for 1. We're gonna have to discard another land. I guess I could play a Mirror. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason not to play a Mirror. We can just peck away at him with the 1/1s. And we're halfway through the deck now. Opponent on 7 mana, still not doing it. I'd love to know what's in his deck. So we're just going to keep digging for a Planeswalker here. So we'll let each ability resolve before we decide if we're going to use it again. We picked up a Woodland Bellower, which is fine. It's not a Planeswalker. I don't want to draw too many cards, but I also just want to win the game. So, I mean, I gotta start winning the game. Come on, where's Lily? Picked up another Perilous Mirror. Alright, I'm not gonna draw again. I'm not gonna draw again. See what we pick up. Another land. So let's get this guy in here. So how much mana? How can I not discard? I need to play 2 cards. And I have 9 mana. So I can Bellow Mirror and still leave up 1 trigger. So let's Bellow first. I mean, he's got to have a counterspell. He does not have a counterspell. He's going to cast a Twin Bolt here. He's got some burn. Okay. Yeah, I want to use the ability. Visionary. Draw a random card. And now Fiery Impulse. Stop. Alright. Still going to draw a card out of it. So yeah, Evolutionary Leap. Pretty fucking powerful card. There's our Gatecreeper Vine. Man, oh man, have we still not found a Planeswalker yet? Excuse me, he's down to 1 card in his hand. We draw again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in hand. I don't know, let's put a Mirror on the field. Fuck it, I'm turning off Evo Leap, but I got so many cards. So let's throw away a couple swamps. Eventually, guys, we will find a Planeswalker. So here is a Gearcrafter. It's 2/1, puts in a 1/1 artifact. Only got 1 card in his hand. Pretty soon I'm going to think about dropping that Foundry and start beating him in the air. In step, nothing I can do. Tapped out. Picked up a Bitter Revelation. So let's play our land here. Let's, I mean, I'm honestly just going to blow up his dude and come at him. Just try and start beating him with a little, you know, death by 1,000 cuts type of deal. Let's kill his little dude. And let's come at him. And it tapped my Foundry of the Consuls. I'm not sure if I had an option to change that or not. I'll have to keep an eye on that because that's pretty annoying if I wanted to activate that at my opponent's end step. So, I mean, so just get rid of his dude. He's got 1 card in hand. I mean, is that what I do? I've got a Bone Splinters. Fuck it. Is he going to disperse his own dude? Okay. That's his last card, so now he's got a Gearcrafter in his hand. Alright, well, I'll just throw 2 at your face then. Why isn't it going up? There we go. Alright. Pass. What do you got? Yeah, we know you got that. What else you got? Twin Bolts. Where are you going? Alright, well, we'll sacrifice both of those. There you go. You can also counter spells like that if they have some other effect. Hey, we get a Nissa. What else do we get? Gravedigger. Alright, so yeah, I mean, I've pretty much been in control of this game for the longest old time. So I am gonna... Wait. Do I need to sack these guys? Fuck it, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'll kill the flyer. Peerless Mirror Lily does not want to join this party, let me tell you. She does not want to come hang out with us. There's another mirror. So, let's play Nissa. Get that forest. Flip her over. Let's play Peerless Mirror. And let's sack it to kill his Gear Crafter. See if we can find Lily here. Hey, she showed up. Lily showed up. So let's, you know, we're just going hog wild here now. Let's play Lily. Swing for one. Then we'll sacrifice the Visionary and flip her. So Lily's flipped over. They finally both showed up. Good timing, gals. Good timing. So we get a zombie, which we could sack if we wanted to. So what's going on here? How come I can't activate Nissa here now? I haven't used her yet. What's going on? Does he quit or something? Is he gone? Is that why he's freezing on me? Yeah, okay. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, he's gone, so there's barely any creatures left in our deck. And there is... we got a flesh bag out of it. So, I mean, I'm the only one who discards here, but let's tick her up. Throw away land. Let's tick up Nissa. Well, I just put the 4/4 in play and try to kill him faster. I'll do that. He could, you know, he's got burn. He could throw it at her. You know, obviously shouldn't do that, but whatever. We got to try to win the game here. He's on 11. Let's see if he managed to burn out Nissa. We got a Gravedigger. We can get her back. No, he drew a land. So I'm not going to sacrifice anything. We just want to kill him. So now I'm going to test that Foundry of the Consoles. Okay, let's try and cast Flashback Connect. Is there any way that I can't spend, see, Foundry of the Consoles, no matter how I cycle it, I have to tap Foundry. It's not coming off. Just look. You can hear me tapping down here. Obviously, that's all the possible mana combinations there. So perhaps I might get rid of this card just because I can't use it the way that I want to. So, it's pretty shitty. It's really shitty. Anyway, let's play Peerless Mirror. See, it's going to tap that Foundry. First things first. Nothing I can do. So maybe that card is not where I want to be. Anyway, we'll get him for 6. Tick up Nissa. We'll tick down Lily. Let's look at the graveyard. So we get a land into play. You know, this is out of hand here. What do we have in here? Can we bring back a Peerless Mirror and kill him? No, we're one shy. We're one shy of that. Although I can probably Gravedigger one Peerless Mirror. Let's Gravedig a Peerless Mirror. I don't know if I'm going to have enough mana for all this, but let's try. Gravedigger a Peerless Mirror, yes. Let's cast it with only black. Oh shit, I just had it back. There we go. For those of you on Xbox, you can press the D-pad left and right, so if you find a configuration that you like and you accidentally go past it, you can go back to it, back and forth, back and forth. So now let's use Lily here, and then let's -X to get a Peerless Mirror and confirm. And then let's Evo Leap, sack, go up there, and then let's sack the other two. There. Up there. So yeah, that's how this deck works. That's why we're playing both copies of Evolutionary Leap. And you saw how much stuff died. If I had a Shadows of the Past out, the card selection would have been ridiculous. I never did get to see one. Didn't need it, but it's just amazing. So Evo Leap, it is the core engine. That's why you had to play 2. Shadows is tremendous value. All your dudes give you value. You just control the game, you kill everything. Languish their board, read their souls. It's pretty good. I've been playing it all morning. Been pretty impressed with it. It is slow. It is grindy. If you don't like this type of game, this is not the deck for you. But I like it. But we're at 30 minutes, and all I did was 1 deck tech and 1 game. So I'm going to cut it there, because nobody wants to see that deck do its thing for an hour and only play 2 games. So if you like it, let me know. If you don't like that sort of style, then I'll make sure that not to upload too many gameplays of this particular deck / archetype in the future. Archetype, sorry. So yeah, let me know. Do you like these long grindy games where you're in complete control and it takes you half an hour to win, or would you rather just see Borosaurus turn 4 kills 4 times in a row? Everybody's different. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. We will see you for some more gameplay tomorrow.